that I was not in control of my character most of the time.
What are you talking?
What happened? You technically were in control. It's just you got banged and blinded to the point that you had to randomly roll on the scatter die in what direction you're running in.
Yeah.
And you happened to run into a Necron who beheaded you.
Hold on.
Basically at the point of being blinded, I had to fucking leave, and you took over from there.
I didn't take you over. I told you to roll scatter.
Why don't you tell me exactly what happened in this? Because I would like to hear it.
The whole context was they were just finishing the final mission involving setting off the bomb, like a nuclear bomb type thing, and everyone was running out of the facility. I forgot who threw a flashbang, but someone threw a flashbang. Matt's character got blinded, so I have him roll on a scatter die in which direction he runs into. He just so happened to run into the nearby Necron that's about to wake up, that I randomly rolled on the start of that turn. Who then, okay, I have to do a melee attack, and then I rolled a critical hit and completely beheaded Matt's character. Hence, why I said, Matt Pude, I'm about to end this man's career.
No, I was literally trying to leave the entire time.
Yes, and you pooed. Your only character to die in the campaign. Everyone else, I think that's only one other person died in the game. Actually, no, he did. No, he did.
Nope, I was the only one who died.
No, it's when else who died.
Entire campaign.
No, it's when else died. Salandar died as well. You should remember. Yeah, Salandar died because he came back at the Imperial Guard.
Oh yeah, he pissed off the
yeah, he pissed off. Yeah,
and got mind fucked.
No. That's Dan's character who was still alive. No, what his character, the Salandar character, pissed off the Space Marine and got his head curb stomped. If you remember. It was literally in the previous session. He got downed, and you guys thought, oh, he's down. We can probably escape the Space Marine, and the Space Marine just capped him while he's down on the ground. With a program.
I honestly
because you. This is when you were infiltrating the moon facility.
I remember the Space Marine that was chasing our ass.
The Space Marine that was chasing your ass. Salandar got downed and wounded. Like knocked out unconscious, and you guys thought, okay, we can probably lead him away and try and get back up on the way around. And he instead just put a bolt round into Salandar's head and then proceeded to chase after you. He executed him while he was unconscious because but I still got.
Oh my god!
It's what happened with Space Marines. You don't fuck with them.
You don't fuck with a Space Marine.
Or Necrons. I still can't get over it. Matt, you were safe out. I can't remember who threw the flashbang. I think it was actually you, Matt, as well, of all people. I think you actually threw the flashbang.
The only thing that I had on me were the shock grenades.
It was such a shame, but like you were just there. Like Richard, he was one turn away from leaving the facility.
Yeah, and I was the slowest fucker there too.
He was the slowest fucker there too.
Right for Matt.
It was like you were just there, and then it happened to have the worst luck and just end his own career.
Oh my god!
Some may call it a pro gamer move.
It's like I haven't. Made
I said by the fact that
yet.
I had no flashbangs on me. My dude did not carry any flashbangs.
You willed it into
I only had
existence,
frags until we got up into there. Then I swapped them out for the shock.
I just remember there was a flashbang in being thrown. I just remember who threw it.
It was either an NPC or one of the other players.
It had to be another player because the NPC didn't have flash grenades either. They had crack grenades.
Crack grenades?
I don't remember who, but I do remember it being thrown to try and give me a helping hand.
It tried to, they tried to throw it to give you a helping hand, and then it's like,
and it just goes.
Do you have? And then I said because like I was thinking like everyone in the group was like, oh yeah, this is a great idea. It will help distract the enemy because they don't have photon fire or anything. They'll be unable to see. And then I silently turned and looked at you, Matt, and said, "Do you have photon visors?" And you said no.
Really? I was fairly concerned that I did because
you didn't have it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be blinded.
I had to have specialized goggles because of
you had something else. You had that.
I had a mutation that gave me kind of reddick eyes.
Yes.
So I didn't need the night vision, but I still
Yes.
needed something to kind of cover my eyes.
Yes, and then we needed but that wouldn't count as flush things.
Yeah.
That's why it's like and it's like, oh no, you guys, no.
Not
No.
like this. Not like
Not
this.
like this.
Yeah, and they also tried to shout at me to try and get me to go in a particular direction, and yeah.
That helps somewhat. It just happened to be not that helpful.
Yeah.
Ave Maria, I guess. I can just picture that song playing as the grenade goes out from Kain.
As the flash grenade bounces on the ground and explodes in a blinding white light, and then after the light fades away, it's Matt's character blindly running towards a basic. Basically, Richard, think Necrons, think the T1 or T800 Terminator. That's a Necron, basically. And they're carrying a giant gun, plasma rifle weapon gun that shoots a beam of light that flays you alive.
Matt just wanted to go to his.
This one has a melee attachment to it, so it raised up the ghost flare and just beheaded Matt.
Matt just wanted to go to his parent. Oh my god.
All around me, your familiar faces.
I love tabletop games. They're some of the stupidest things ever.
Richard knows a lot about how often I die and the particular ways I end up dying.
How about the one time you tried to get yourself killed, but you could not get yourself killed? So you have to script your death to happen because you just wouldn't die. And you wanted your character to die so you could play a new one.
Yeah, because, I know. Well, it wasn't to do that. It was literally to remove one because I was having difficulties trying to juggle two of them.
Yes, that's right.
Because
he just wouldn't die. He just wouldn't die, and we tried to make him die organically, but he would not die.
Yeah.
Playing like tabletop games like D&D with Matt ever since high school has taught me that Matt never has a middle ground. It's either he's strong as fuck for the group, and then he doesn't really help in a way, like with this power. So like if he's able to have it, he goes, no, I don't feel right about this sort of thing or that. I'm like, Matt, what the fuck? Or Matt is completely fucking brain ass useless with his roles. It's never a middle ground.
I'm either really lucky or really horrible.
Kain, there was a point where we were dying so hard in this. I forget what the campaign adventure was, but we couldn't do anything. Then Matt rolls up like a fucking pimp with his hose, dying on the side. You're like, I got this. Takes out a club and smacks the monster. Rolls 3 20s and kills the monster immediately. And we're just like, Matt, what the fuck?
Yeah, and in the same session, I die. In the same fucking session.
The funniest thing is like, after the 320s, he's like, I'm the most powerful being. And then afterwards, like, I've made a mistake and died.
That sounds about right considering all the games I've played with Matt so far. Especially the first Dark House we played, Mr. Let me charge at the floating psyker who's equivalent to like charging a dragon with nothing but a shotgun.
In my defense, I did not know that thing was an equivalent to a dragon. In my defense, I did not know.
Yes, you didn't
all I
know,
knew
but
was
you still charged
shotgun was better at the close range because of the mechanics, so I wanted to get as close as I could to just shoot it, then drop it as fast as I could.
It was a floating guy who was on fire, throwing fire everywhere, and was about. Like, Matt was so lucky because he would have been dead if I didn't fail or roll.
Yeah. I'm an extremely lucky son of a bitch.
Why do you think
I'm lucky
so...
fickle bitch?
And then the other time you got a headshot once and then you got knocked out.
Yep.
Why do you think I'm so eager to see how this D&D campaign's gonna go with me?
Warhammer. The thing is, Warhammer is so fun purely because it is so lethal.
Is it illegal?
Lethal.
Oh, lethal. I thought you said illegal. I mean, is that the same thing I played with you, or is that what was it?
Yes, that's the same.
Close to it.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't remember. It's just
same franchise.
Yeah, Richard. Remember when you go, okay, I'll lead the party. Let me walk through this door. Fucking servitor smacks you in the arm and takes almost all your health. Let me stay at the back.
But who was alive after that? This guy.
You were also knocked out because you fucking stole the hat, and then Shock's character decided to punch you and did exactly enough damage to knock you out.
Hey, but what happened after that?
I don't know, did they leave you on a ship? Maybe.
I wanted to make an effigy of the pirates, and you said I couldn't do it.
Yeah, because you would bring a fucking demon to us! You dumbass!
No, the thing is...
So, I did the next best thing.
You did do it. You did actually do it. Because I allowed you.
Yeah, but and then I did the next best thing.
The thing is, I also rolled. You were 1 point away for a demon being swung, by the way.
Yeah, and so I did the next best thing.
And you remember how he said about that floaty thing that was an equivalent to a dragon?
Yeah.
That's about the same thing you're going to bring to us.
So, like I said,
worse.
So,
level 1, and you try to bring a dragon to us.
I was just having fun with my imagination, and so I did the next best thing.
I got you,
and I activated the self-destruct button on the ship.
Having fun with your imagination. That sums up the worst thing to do in the Warhammer universe.
That's the best thing to do. I blew it up.
Your imagination is the same. It's just...
Did anybody die in the explosion?
No, shame.
Okay, that's fine. Because I just remembered that I wanted to just like, you know what? If I can't have the hat, nobody can take this fucking ship. So I self-destructed the ship.
Have I told you about the chain of command story?
I don't remember. It was so long ago.
No. So this is a different road trader with a different group. I think Matt, you were there. I had a similar setup where the orc was in charge of the of a ship, and he had I was grabbing, and I said he had to chains wrapped around both of his, one of his arms.
Yeah, I was a part of that.
Yes, and my brother said, "Is that the chain of command?" It's like, you know what? I like that so much, I'm stealing it. And I basically gave him. It was just meant to be aesthetic. It wasn't meant to be weapon or anything. But on that one comment, I thought, you know what? Improvised weapon. Fucking improvised weapon. The chain of command. What this orc used to whip his slaves into actually doing his job.
I guess it's safe to say, I'm banned from playing Warhammer tabletop.
No, you're not. You can join
No, it's more of you need to learn some shit
I will not
before
learn.
You come back into it.
I will not learn because I will still do it, even if I know it. I'm telling you right now. That's how I play tabletop games.
The thing is, you can still do it. You can still do whatever you want. The thing is, I would just go, oh hey, you summoned the demon by accident. Good luck trying to survive.
Would you like to meet your god Cthulhu? Because you're about to.
Would you like to meet the Dark Lord, who is probably going to immediately ruin your arse? Both figuratively and literally.
Let's just say I'm bad.
They will kill you and then proceed to do unspeakable, probably
let's just say
after your anus. Your anus will become loose, as they say.
What did you say, Roxas?
No, you're not banned, you're suspended. There's a difference.
Suspended
until
no, further notice.
If he's coming into a Warhammer pen and paper shit, he's coming in with the Black Crusade.
Yes, actually.
That's about the only one he'll be able to do this kind of shit with.
You will have loads of fun with it. In fact, think of it this way, Richard. The best way to sum up Black Crusade is imagine you're the, a cult of Cthulhu or whatever, but you're the cultist trying to convert everyone.
Oh my god.
Have fun. Have fun trying to do whatever that is.
But
you
if
can
I
do
don't
whatever you want.
Follow any of those guys. So in like D&D, there's
you can
multiple
be undivided.
gods, right?
You can be undivided.
Right, but if I do something stupid, like, is it only the god that I follow that's looking at it, or is like any god will take notice of this in that area?
Yes and no for both. Yes and no. Yes and no for both. So you can choose to follow one of the four. Or you can go undivided, which is you kind of serve all of them. The problem with doing that is the gods are very selfish and don't like people who swip and swap. So they will more likely be punish you. But that said, you can please any of them by doing the thing they like. So if you do decide to randomly do an effigy of people's organs and let blood flow everywhere, and just do unspeakable acts and probably have sex with it, You probably please Korn and Slanesh.
Yeah.
I feel like I can be friends with a god in Warhammer, because if I start a cult and I make them drink the Kool-Aid and they die, and then he's like, "Well, whoa, buddy, I don't like this. Not this god." And I'm like, "Well, have some Kool-Aid in this cup." And then when he drinks, I'm like, "Ah, bitch, you're dead now." And then that's when I would say, you know, things go horribly wrong, and he'll probably kill me. He's like, "Poison doesn't affect me."
Like, I should probably run a Warhammer game with just, you know, the group, because I think it could be really fun. It's definitely for the Black Crusade, because it's the reason Black Crusade can probably get away to half of the shit we do is it's less. You don't necessarily need a lot of the lore to understand shit. I can just simply sum things up. You're basically, like, your whole job is to corrupt a planet, have fun with doing that. That's how I would run the game.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm done, I guess.
Like, yeah, but we still have to be a little on the cautious side, because instead of worrying about demons coming to us, we have to worry about the Space Marines coming to us.
Or the Inquisitor, which is worse.
I vote then me and Ted.
Or the planet just going up in smoke.
I vote Ted and I play
Or let me get you a GIF, because I have to properly get the GIF.
Okay.
Or should I get the video? Actually, let me get the video and then maybe insert it in.
I could probably just put it in. Is it copyrighted at all?
No. Well, yeah, no. Just.
Is it somebody's YouTube video? Is what I should say.
Yes.
Then I will
but
not.
I think they can. You think you can get away with it?
I'll just watch it.
Just put a content. But yeah, just watch it. It's in angry form.
Angry form.
Oh, this may happen.
Let's see. Let me mute the desktop audio real quick. Oh my god.
The best part is, Rich, the video doesn't show the best part. After, you know, the whole circle thing with the music, it then zooms out to show the planet being exploded.
Yep.
Yeah. You can like, despite how serious I act about Warhammer and how I talk about it and whatnot, you could do loads of wacky, hilarious shit in it. You just need to have the right expectations. Like, if I do this Warhammer game, Richard, the only thing I would sit down with you is talk about the 4 Chaos Gods, talk about the Imperium,
talk about
and
the
that's
deities to me, personally. Okay. That'll be a fun conversation.
I just want to be there just to listen to all this.
What, you don't want to play Roxas?
I'm just gonna mute myself and listen to this.
You don't want to play? Come on, Roxas.
I play. I might be joining you at this point.
All right.
I don't know.
But yeah, you may be banned from the other Warhammer, but Dark Heresy is probably a fair game.
He's not banned. He's just suicidal.
Suicidal.
Yeah.
I'm the kid in the daycare who is eating glue, and you're like, all right, now we got to tell you shouldn't be doing this, and you need to play with the other kids, but don't tell them to eat glue. They come back, and all the kids are eating glue, and I have a smile on my face. Oh. Which brings me to my next thought. What's the funniest thing you've ever seen in a D&D campaign you're a part of? Let's go for it. Matt, you go first.
Oh, jeez.
Or do you want to wait a bit? And we'll go straight to Kain.
There are just so many.
Kain, what looks... Alright, we'll come back to you.
Well, how many are
we'll come back to you. Kain looks like he really wants to see this. Go ahead, Kain.
So, Matt should know about this, and Matt should remember this.
I love that it's already starting with Matt.
The thing is, it wasn't Matt who's done this, by the way. It was my brother's character.
Okay. But Matt was there.
Matt was there, yes, because the half of the party was there. And it's to describe my brother's character, it's about what, 8 foot tall, 9 foot tall, giant fuck off barbarian turtle. And Matt already knows one of the many stories I'm talking about regarding this character.
Okay.
And my favorite one is when the party discovered they're walking into an ambush. So they decided to ambush the ambusher.
Ambush the ambusher. that can't go wrong.
Togora, with his brass balls of steel, with disadvantage, roll 2 20s on his stealth check. I ask him to describe what happened, and he grabs a bush, becomes the bush.
So, like cartoon-wise, grab bush, move like tiptoe with the bush, like Fortnite.
No. Let me finish this story, and I'll get on to the other story.
All right.
Because these two are my favourite ones. So he becomes the bush. He then waits for 2 scouts to come, past him. He then tells me and declares, "I'm going to grab one and hit the other one with the other person." I said,
like
okay.
a club.
Yes, he smacked a motherfucker with the motherfucker.
And I then told him, okay, roll your strength check. Lo and behold, he rolled a 20. Might I add, he's a barbarian with 20 plus strength.
This is your brother?
Yes, my brother's character.
All right,
barbarian, 20 plus strength.
Keep going.
So far?
I said, okay, you know what? Yeah, sure. And then he said, I would like to rage. Oh no! I asked him to roll damage. He rolled maximum. And also rolled a critical as well on his attack roll.
Because
I'm currently, you know the whole meme with the concerned face? That's me right now. Because my homebrew rule for how the critical damage is when you roll critical, you roll another one, you already add maximum damage on top of it. So he already rolled maximum to begin with. He's now rolling an additional maximum on top of it.
Oh my
So
God.
I was concerned, and then I decided to tally all the damage, and he killed both of them in one attack. That's the first incident. Here's the second incident, which I think what Matt's laughing more about.
That was the one I was talking about.
Okay, do you remember the one in camp when you were in the kitchen making food? And Tagora wanted fish.
Yeah.
And Tagora wanted fish so badly. This is the first time. The first one I remember. That was the second time he rolled double 20s on stealth. This is the first time he rolled double 20s on stealth.
Oh my God.
In camp, wanting the fish.
And
the way he described it, he sunk into his shell. His toes came out and tiptoed across the camp into the kitchen.
Oh no.
And grabbed fish and then tiptoed out. Pink Panther intensifies.
To do.
Yeah.
That's why I immediately burst out laughing, because that was the first thing that came to my mind immediately.
First time you made mention of Tagora, first one I thought of was beating a motherfucker with another motherfucker. The other one that I can think of is, you already heard how big Tagora is. He's a big as turtle, right?
Right.
Yeah.
My character is a gnome. I'm 4 feet tall. Similar instance of him sneaking into the kitchen to snag some food while I'm in there cooking. I spot him doing that little tiptoe thing. I walk over in front of him. He stops.
You just get in there in front while he's stealthing?
I walk right in front of him because I actually managed to spot him. He realizes he's fucked up. And it's trying, if I remember right, trying to leave. All I do is grab the top of his shell and start dragging him out. This is a 4-foot gnome basically reining in, what was it, a 8 feet tall? Or
8 to 9 foot tall. We actually don't know his proper size yet. Because he's slightly hunched over, if you recall.
Yeah.
Basically, the best way to describe how he looks as well, think Bowser as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
and I put
Spikes.
Mario without the super mushroom. There's your size comparison.
No,
there's your size comparison.
Mario dragging Bowser from his shell.
While his head's stuck in there, lecturing him about patience.
Oh no.
I'm just going to preference this. In this same campaign, about 80% of the hilarious shit involves Tagora.
Yes!
Like the one time
and
he decided to be friends.
Is left to clean it up!
Like the one time he somehow persuaded an entire army of kobolds to serve him.
What?
Yep.
Or the one time he was on a ship and stole a cannon.
And I have to replace that.
Yes, you did.
Yep.
And then he uses said cannon as a ranged weapon.
Oh, that's not even the funniest part. At the same time, he also had an anchor.
Yeah, with a chain on
and a harpoon.
With a chain on it.
And he had me put those chains on him. Not only that, I connected both ends of those chains.
Oh my god.
Yes, Tagora was a blast. And he's... Oh no, he had a Charmander.
Oh yeah. Yep, he had a Charmander.
I feel like you guys should be recording your session so I can hear this shit.
For context about the story behind the Charmander is Tagora has a pet Nile crocodile.
Oh.
I forgot the name of it, but it's a pet crocodile. At one point, the party got a bunch of these magical crystals that give people like divine power.
Oh, that
Tagora
like
had
drugs,
one.
Okay.
Tagora had one, and it's fire related. Now, I thought, okay, maybe Tagora probably gets something. No, accidentally use it. No, he stored it in his back pocket next to the crocodile pet he has. And I thought, you know what? For fun, let me roll to see if the crocodile eats it. Oh no.
Yes, the crocodile ate the stone.
And then became Charmander.
Charmander? Is it like permanent?
Yes.
Oh my god.
The best part is I basically said, you know what? I'm going to give him a draconic flame breath ability just for fun. Because Tagora had the bright idea of pulling out the crocodile and said, breathe fire. And I said, you know what? Yes, I will allow this. I will allow this.
So yes, we have our own little flamethrower.
Oh my god. Does he follow orders pretty well? Or is he gonna, like, set things on fire? You know, like a little pet.
He's been reliable on firing at what Tagora wants him to fire at.
He's still a Charmander at this point. It is not a Charmeleon or Charizard yet.
Yet. The famous last words. Yet.
Yeah.
You should be worried when the DM says yet.
You should listen to every single word the DM says.
I'm always worried.
Well, what other stupid shit I have
All you? I
always worried.
What'd you say, Roxas?
I'm the fucking dog in a burning house saying,
one at a time, one at a time. Alright, go ahead, Roxas. Roxas.
LordVonKain? Yeah, I'm gonna basically be worried about whatever he says.
Oh.
Whatever.
Especially
even if he's not DM. Whatever. I should be worried about.
I can't remember. I can't remember most of our adventures in D&D for me and Matt in high school, because it was all like it felt like one shots all the time.
Because we were most of the time murder hobos.
Well, yeah, but we had a very, very big problem in our group, Kane, and that was no matter what, every session, probably 5 minutes in, we wanted to kill each other.
Yep.
Every fucking time. It was either me and Thomas, or Matt against Thomas, or against Donald. Matt was like hardly in there. He was always like, we needed Matt's help to do something, and he was like, I'm trying to stay neutral here, so back off.
I tried to rein it in at times.
A little bit, yeah, so here and there, but mostly it was either it was between me, Matt, or sorry, me, Donald, and Thomas a lot of the times, and Thomas was a paladin all the time. So, you know, the good and everything. And me, with being fucked up, I wanted to do stupid shit. So one of the ones I always go back to is this stupid little kid called Timmy that we found. And he was like, was he an orphan, Matt? I can't remember.
Something along those lines.
Well, either way,
I remember is Thomas took him in as a squire.
Yeah, took him in as a squire. I'm like, I don't trust this fucking kid at all. And I'm pretty sure I was a cleric at the time. So, yada yada, a couple adventures there. I've been trying to kill Timmy every now and then. And Thomas would always take a look of it because of his fucking rolls. I'm like, damn it. And he was like, stop trying to kill my squire. I'm like, no, I don't trust him. So one adventure, it finally came back to bite us in the ass. We were fighting this dragon and it killed us. And then all of a sudden, well, like it brought us down to like to unconscious and everything.
Yeah, we were also playing along with the immortal thing from Highlander.
Yeah, if you cut off the head.
So we were dead, but given a certain time passing, we would come back.
So when this dragon, it was just Timmy and this dragon. You know, obviously Thomas was like, yeah, get him, Timmy, and all that. And then I'm just like, we're fucking dead. So then all of a sudden our DM was like, you see Timmy raise his, well, I think it was like a wand or something. And then it was something.
He was raising a knife.
Well, no, because he did a
Thomas.
No, it was before that, because he killed the dragon in one shot. I'm like, what the fuck? Like it had.
I believe he raised his hand though.
It might have been
since he was a spellcaster.
Either way, it was just a spell. So he does this, kills the dragon, and we're like, holy shit, he actually did it. I was like, okay, maybe he isn't gonna kill us. And then the DM says, all right, after he kills the dragon, he looks over to you, Thomas, looks over your buddy, and says, there can only be one. And fucking kills Thomas right there. And I'm like, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. And then we all died because we were all unconscious with no one to heal us but fucking Timmy, who was killing us all. And we had to make new characters.
Yep.
So
it was such bullshit. I was like, I knew it. I fucking knew it, man.
Hello.
There was another story that I got reminded of. I don't remember the full story because this happened 3 years ago, and I would play it this time. But I can just list off because this is still saved.
Holy shit.
Crimes committed against the city of Emphius.
Oh,
Public nuisance, assault and affray, arson, hiding of a fugitive, consuming the kobold as a fugitive, murder, theft, coins from the pool, assault of a guard, escape of custody, vandalism, treason in the main gate, assault again, impersonation, escape in custody a couple of times, public nuisance, saber-toothed tiger, including PTSD of several guards. There was only one session that I had.
Going on? What did I come into?
We're doing a podcast, man. We're talking about D&D moments. Do you play tabletop at all, Rob?
Every so often. I used to have a D&D group a couple years ago.
We're talking about what's our one of our favorite moments that we can think of. Do you got one that you've got that happened?
I put one of the players into a bag of holding and wouldn't let him out.
Oh, why do I see Thomas and Donald doing that?
Wait, why'd you put him in a bag of holding?
Please, can I get out? No.
Can I get out?
Hey, he was.
Please let me out. No.
He was being he was being something else and just ruining the entire game. So I asked the DM, hey, can I just put him in a bag of holding? He's like, all right, roll.
Roll for grapple.
And it was a nat 20.
But of course, even the gods said, fuck that boy up.
Oh shit. Was he pissed at you?
Yeah, but he shouldn't have been doing the things he was doing, trying to sleep with all the barkeeps and...
That sounds like our Nick. Matt?
Yep.
We have a bard right now, the session we just started. And
actually, he isn't even a bard.
He is a bard on his class.
Really?
Yeah. He has, well, I think he's going to do bard or whatever. I'll have to look at it again. But either way,
I remember Poof was the bard.
So right now in our session, Rev, we have our group, they got hired in a guild to go and clear this guy's name out because he's being accused of kidnapping a little girl and they can't find the body. And he's saying it wasn't me and all that. But anyway, so they went into this inn to get some information, and the first thing they do is our bard goes in right away, and he's like, "Ooh, I noticed the redhead bartender." And he's trying to swoon all the ladies, always fails with them. He ends up stealing, or he intimidates the bartender to getting a free drink. The manager gets wind of this, intimidates him back, and he's like, "Oh, okay, all right." So he ends up paying a gold coin, but my brother on the side who paid for his drink, his gold coin was still on the shelf, right, like the little bar table that you have in the front, the counter. And while he gave the gold piece, he rolled, I think it was a net 20 to steal gold back. So I was like, you can't steal the gold back immediately that you did. But I remembered Michael paid for his drink next to him, so he technically stole Michael's gold piece while he gave one to the bartender. It was the funniest shit ever, and he's just been trying to swoon every single girl in this campaign. He's been failing until he gets to the top of this second story where there's a housekeeper. He eventually swoons her, and she's just looking at him just like kind of dazed and sweeping the broom in the hallway. He's just busting into the doors of each room, failing and not failing off and on, and until he finally sends her off. He's like, "Go, I need you to go," because they were taken there from a carriage in the beginning by this rickety Ragan.
Rickety Ragan?
Yeah,
Ruh-roh Raggy?
Yeah, Ruh-roh. And they never got the name of the guy, but he sent her off to go get that because I think they're gonna try to do something. I think he's gonna bust.
So far, his plan is to try and bust her out.
Bust out the guy that's being accused of stealing this kid.
To potentially make the problem.
But they never got the guy's name, and then he never got the housemaid's name, so he sent her off to potentially get killed. While he bust down through the doors. But he broke down the door of one room, and then he stole some stuff there, so that was fine. And then he broke down another fucking door, and it just so happens to be the innkeeper's room that owns it. So
always the bard that does this kind of stuff.
It's always the bard, yeah, the charisma. And then what was funny is when they got rooms to stay for the night, the first room he busted down was their room. So I can't wait for our next session to see how this all plays out. Oh, and the other thing is, every time they're investigating someone, like the guards, the watchman, he's like in charge of all the watch, and they're trying to get information about the prisoner, and the first thing he says is like, "Did you do it?" He says the same thing to the innkeeper too. "Did you do it?" It's just the stupidest.
It's going crazy, BRB.
I love it. Why is D&D so fun, Kain?
There are so many fun stories.
Yeah,
I think I just remembered another one. This isn't from D&D though. This is from my Warhammer game.
Okay.
Matt, I'm gonna say this. Pretending to be drunk.
Oh.
Pretending to be drunk.
Oh.
So, I was running a game, and I had a bunch of new people in. Because some of my friends were on the Discord, but like, "Oh hey,
yeah,
we haven't been in the
basically this
game."
was our not our first session.
I think our like third
it was my
session.
second game in the Dark Heresy pen and paper setup. Shock was also in this.
To set the scene, the group for some reason knew there was some shady shit going down in this bar, and they were being tasked to basically discover what the hell going on. So the party's in hiding, just so they've got people in the front who are talking to people. One of the new players, and I think, was it you, Matt, or was it someone else?
I was the one of those in the back, looking through things.
Yeah. So.
And I was the one who was about to get caught.
Yeah, Matt's character as well as the new player character went into the back.
Actually, no, that was Shock.
Oh, I can't remember.
Shock was the one who was in the area.
Okay.
Looking in something else. He did enough stealth.
Either way, Matt's character was about to get discovered.
Right.
and the new player, out of the blue, drunk talked, and then said, "I would like to piss against the wall, please."
Yeah, he saved my ass by pissing on the wall.
I asked him to roll deceit, please.
Right.
And he rolled, I think, like a 1, for context. That's a critical. No. That's a critical. No, for context.
That's a critical success.
Yeah, in Warhammer.
In Warhammer universe, when you're rolling for success or failure, 100 is bad. 1 is awesome.
You want to roll lower than your skill. The lower is the better. A 1 is an automatic pass. 100 is an automatic failure, no matter what the modifier is.
I think that's weird, but I guess that's just their way of doing it.
It's a D100 system, and it's basically a percentile thing. Someone can have 36% chance to succeed in an intelligence roll.
Okay.
That's the way it does the thing. But 1 is always a pass, 100 is always a failure. So he rolled a 1, and he immediately says, "It's like, okay, please act out the entire scene." And he basically acted as if he was completely, utterly shit-faced shagged to this guard, and it was so convincing. I had to actually ask him.
Wait, this is to a guard?
This is to a guard because he got shit-faced and was trying to find the bathroom and went into the armory, but didn't realize it was the armory. He pretended to be so shit-faced and was so convincing that even I, after said, "Were you drunk that session?" Because he was so convinced. Even I was convinced he may have been slightly drunk.
Holy shit.
And the best part is, that was just one of the many incidents. There was another incident where I literally had to play Final Fantasy VII motorcycle chase because he jumped up to a motorcycle with a flamethrower, might I add, to chase an escaping car. And he did so well, he managed to get in there, shove the flamethrower in the car, burn the people alive inside, and then crash both the bike and the car. And it's like, oh my god, the amount of shit this character has done.
Yep.
Oh yeah, might I add, where he was pissing on a bomb, by the way.
Pissing on a bomb?
Yes, in that area where he was, I just so happened to place it there, like this, when I did my preparation, that's where a hidden bomb was going to be.
Yeah, I found the bomb.
Matt found a bomb, and there was another bomb, and Kaiser.
There were a lot of bombs, and they
happened to be pissing in an area where a bomb was. And it's like, just.
You short circuit the bomb with your piss.
And then later on the campaign, and Matt might remember this, there was a Ogrin, basically a gigantic, oversized mutant person who was a chef. And I asked for people's names.
Cookie Gran Gran.
Yes, I asked for people to think of names for certain characters. And this was Kaiser's characters. It's like, okay, I want to make a name for this. Like, okay, make a name for this Ogrin chef who specialized in cannibalism. Cookie Gran Gran was his name. And he was a pirate-sounding Ogrin who was a world-renowned, on the planet at least, chef. And he made best friends with him.
You sound like you're a guy.
Might I add, the entire time this was going on, they were in that little bar thing because there were it was linked to a criminal gang.
It had a lead for us, yeah.
It was the leader. But so everyone, all of the players were trying to to the lead, and there's Kaiser sitting there having a nice friendly chat, looking over cooking tips, giving each other cooking tips, might I add, asking like how to perform the best flamed man, grilled man, just like all that stuff. And the best part is, if he didn't do that, and then the attack happened, it would have been a three-way combat. It would be Cookie Gran Gran and his gang, the party, and an external gang. But because Kaiser single-handedly made best friends with him, they actually joined up with the party.
So yeah, he saved our asses on that one.
Holy shit.
Unintentionally, again.
Kain strikes me as the kind of guy who, when he DMs, he rolls a lot for just the random stuff, and he doesn't like make the decisions, and then it just works out in a fucked up way.
He usually leaves it with us making most of the decisions.
So, which is how I play them again. I do a general, like, brief, just plot of what happened. Okay, so this is where the thing's going to be. This is what's there. But I do nothing else past that. So, like, I knew there was going to be an Ogrin chef there because Kaiser wanted an Ogrin chef. That's all I did. I didn't do a name. I didn't do anything else. I was just playing off, improvising to what they were doing. But there was another incident. This is when a new character got introduced. This would immediately happen in the first session. Mater was the character's name. And the entire time, I was sad there were no psychers, aka spellcasters, in the game. And this was the first session that all these players like, okay, there's a spellcaster. Yes, this is going to be great. Okay, combat. This person gets to go and do a spell. It's going to be awesome. Oh shit, they rolled Perils of the Wall. Oh no. Oh no, they rolled really high. What is this number? Oh no, they summoned a demon. In the middle of a street. Just casually summoned a demon on the first psychic power that guy decided to cast.
Oh my god.
Yep.
and then there was the one where in my brother's campaign in Dark Heresy when I was a player. Matt, were you in that one? When I was the psyker with the Desert Eagle, basically.
I believe so.
And Senampro had the silent suppressed grenade launcher and was hiding in the trash can. And if you were within 5 meters of him, you would hear a quiet. Outside of that, you hear nothing, and then a boom.
Then boom.
And I said, you know what? I'm done with this shit. I'm gonna do a psychic power, which will make everyone scared and shit themselves. I forgot about one part. I forgot one minor detail about that spell. It affects friendlies. Matt's character was behind a car throwing up or passed out. One of the two. I don't remember which one.
Throwing up.
Another player, Casper, took one glance at me and collapsed. Another player screamed and ran away. The last player was hiding in a trash can going kapoof. The enemies, however, two of them passed out. One of them started vomiting uncontrollably. The other one started running away. And I think the last one just shot himself or something like that.
Just shot himself. He got a taser, just boom.
I can't remember. He basically, I don't think he did shoot himself, but I think he did something that's so suicidal. He would have effectively shot himself. It was literally just a, oops, that's not what happened. That's not what my objective was, but it worked out.
Oh, no.
Might I add, the guy who passed out, by the way, he was passed out the entire combat. Which, the combat lasted 8 turns, by the way. I felt so bad that I basically removed him from the game because he failed so badly on his fear check. Psychic powers. You gotta love them. This is why I love Warhammer. It generally is. It is one of the games where it can go from 0 to 11 so fucking fast. I mean, in that same combat, the enemies got into a car and tried to run me over, and I had the Matrix jump. I attempted the Matrix jump over it, and I failed dramatically, so he just ran me over and smacked me, sent me flying in the air. It was like, yes, it's my moment to shine. I can do this. Matrix jump over the car. Shit, it failed. I have a reroll. Shit, it failed. Shit.
It failed.
And I had a really good chance. Yeah, I had to roll for dodge. Like, okay, roll for dodge. Shit, it failed. Oh no. Like, I was still flying. Oh god.
I don't know what to say.
Warhammer games. I mean, there's another incident in Black Crusade. Matt, do you remember when Dan tried to summon the demon to kill an NPC?
Yes.
You want to tell this?
It ran right past us on its way up. Oh.
He summoned a demon. So
he summoned a demon to kill an NPC that we were working under, so he can take control of our group.
Basically,
he basically me and I think it was Shock. Well, one other person was coming back from reporting to him.
Right.
The elevator comes up. It opens. There's a demon. It runs past the two of us. We look at each other, look back. It goes into the room that we had just came out of. I might radio the dude who summoned it and kind of said, did you do something? He said there might have been an accident, and I just kind of stated, yeah, it ran past us. Ended the call and walked onto the elevator. The two of us walked onto the elevator and went down.
They both literally had a not my problem.
Yeah.
Not my problem.
And the thing is, the entire time,
that's the whole thing about Dark Heresy. Black Crusade. You're out for yourself. Fuck everyone else.
So
they're tools, they're pawns.
The entire time, everyone was like trying to decide what the fuck they were doing. I was in the background rolling the attacks between both the NPC and the demon. Now dead silent, but I was listening again, and the amount of hilarity that's going on because everyone was doing their own thing. I mean, Sanamfo was in the medic bay performing experiments on the people they recently just captured. You know, for Slanesh. Michael's character was down in a very deep basement that no one knew about because he didn't tell anyone. And he was doing his own experiments. I think it was Casper who went with you, Matt. So I think it was you and Casper. He was doing nothing because
I remember one other person.
Yeah, because Stad was with Dan the entire time because them two were the region who did this demon summoning, which needed rituals, which is why. The thing is, to basically give the full premise of this, first session, Dan was like, I want to do a ritual. I need corpses. I need sacrifices. Hey guys, you want to get some people and find information and whatnot? Completely lying out of his teeth because he just wanted people to capture so he can, sacrifice them for the dark gods. Everyone was on board because, hey, everyone gets sacrifices. First session, it's like, I know you're doing your little shit. And then there was time, later on, where everyone was like, they were tasked with like investigating something. And then you were given one order: do not meet up in public. One command. And then you guys, I was just waiting, I was letting you guys do everything, and then you guys, okay, let's meet up here. Let's all meet up here. Everyone meet up. And immediately, Sinanfo said, we shouldn't have done this. We made a mistake. I'm like,
What happened after that?
They got ambushed on the way back. Hey, I did tell them they shouldn't meet up.
That's the best thing when in a DM, when you say like something specific, like a detail, and then they forget, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be so much fun later. Yeah,
I'm just gonna be honest. When they were talking about it, like, I'm thinking to myself, this is gonna be so much fun because they just screwed up. It was just, my favorite part was like they were all meeting up and they were discussing each other, and then Stamford just said, "Oh shit, this is our character." He literally said, "Oh god, this is our character," but we fucked up. We shouldn't have met up.
And
I lose my server skull. I lost my server skull.
Yes, you lost your server skull because you got sniped because you told it to go up in the air and a sniper shot it.
Yeah, and the thing is, my servo skull is tiny. Oh. I made sure it was tiny to keep it from being noticed. And I did it to survey the area, see if we had any issues.
You know that meme,
Pop
Kain?
Goes the skull.
You know that meme, Kain, where it shows...
I have to add this one. The fucking shit show doesn't end here. The whole shit show that Jinampo, his character, was trying to get laid for the longest time.
You always have that one in the group.
The thing is, bro, it makes sense because he's a follower of Slanesh, and Slanesh likes excess and all that stuff for all these
excessive sex.
And everyone was in a bar because everyone got suspicious of this NPC, which I love because so many reasons we're not going to go into. Oh yeah, Dan got himself killed again. I completely forgot about that. Dan picked up a book and died.
Oh yeah.
Because oh no, so extra context. The reason why I say it again, in my first D&D campaign, he got a book that gave him like 3 intelligence, a random spell every time he clicked through it. Like I literally tell him to roll 2d100s, and it can be anything from a level 1 spell to a cantrip to a level 9 spell, and it's a random spell based off what he rolls. And he had that spell permanently for 24 hours. He can only cast it once though. But that spell, that book was cursed. If you the curse of it is if you unattune to it, which you can't unattune naturally. You can only unattune with a removed curse. He will actually suffer a massive penalty to his intelligence, and his arm will get deleted.
Oh my.
That's the payment.
Yep.
That's the payment of the thing. And to try and save an NPC, he had to remove curse on himself. He didn't know about the negative effects. It's like, oh no, my arm just obliterated itself. Oh no, I lost intelligence. Oh no.
I'm dead.
And then his character died because of a book.
Yep.
This is now...
You should make his character, next character go to a library.
No. It's the worst part. The last session was my Dark Heresy session.
Right.
Like, literally the last day before, like yesterday after that day, was the Dark Heresy session. Where Dan's character antagonized the wrong NPC and got his mind fried. So technically, I felt really bad. I sort of didn't really come and work together to deal with it, but I basically killed 2 of his characters back to back.
The same person?
Yes.
Same player.
And this is the worst part. I had 3 games running. I had a Dark Heresy game, a Black Crusade, and a D&D. Next week was Black Crusade, where he lost his other character due to a book. Because he was investigating the wrong area. He went off on his own and he was DMing me like what he was doing, and he went off on his own and he was just investigating this area. And I put this book here from session 1. This book had a cursed book that had a demon inside it. And he's meant to I was going to do this for alluding to like a later game plot. Dan's character picked up the book and I said, oh no, Dan, do a willpower save, please. And he failed. It's like, Dan, do another one. You have one more chance. Oh no, he failed. Dan, you have been possessed by a demon. Here's the worst part. To be saved from the demonic possession, you'd be either knocked unconscious or get exorcised. He was on his own when the demon possessed him. No one knew where he was. No one knew.
That's the worst.
And I basically said, I'm sorry, Dan. We're a new character. And I said, on the plus side, Dan, you have new cultist members. You can be one of them.
I'm curious now. What happens if like the party finds his character again and they exorcise the demon out? Does he get that back?
I would let him get him back, yeah, with extra benefits.
Then what happens to his current one that he makes, the new one?
He just has 2? An NPC one. Because basically the way I'm doing it is, the way I've structured this campaign is, I basically gave everyone, there is 100% sandbox. You have initial goal, which is your only goal is to corrupt this planet. It's a planet that the party chose, like our character, like the player chose. Right. They chose everything. And it's like, your job is to corrupt this planet. The way I'm going to operate on this is each session I'm going to, behind the scene, tick numbers based off your activities. If you do, like, the more stealthy you are, the less likely think it like a GTA, the more stealthy you are, the police won't go after you. But the more police stuff you do, the more things can be suspicious of you. So that's how I've been doing things.
Right.
But it'd be mainly about I'm leaving it up to the players. So I basically go, okay, players, do what your first job kind of thing. I'll give the way we're doing it, the 4 NPCs, the one of Dan's character tried to kill with a demon, gave each other jobs, and there's like 4 jobs, and they started to take up one of them. And that's how they were basically going through jobs, so I don't know, leaving the player to do whatever they want. They were trying to investigate the area and discover the area, try and find out potential allies and everything. But the way I'm going to do it is the only way for the players to have a game over if their entire cult gets eliminated. They had the NPC leader, 4 NPC lieutenants, and then the players themselves. Every time they get people to go back to the base, it's basically an extra life they will have. if any of them dies, I'll take one of the NPCs or one of the numbers from the cult and allow them to make a new character. So what's going to happen is, if he ever gets him back, which I highly doubt it, because they don't know he's possessed, if they ever get him back, the NPC, the character he would be, and he can choose if they be NPCs or whatever. That's the way of doing it all. But it's just the fact that in 2 weeks span, I killed 3 characters. Oh no, 4 characters. I completely forgot in my brother's campaign. I beheaded him.
My God.
Oh no, I forgot about that.
You're ruthless as a DM. Maybe I shouldn't join.
Matt, you weren't there, weren't you? You're not in that game, aren't you? In my brother's D&D.
Maybe. I'm not entirely sure.
No, it isn't you. So, I had a Warforged Paladin, and I have one job. I have one role. I have one job for him. His main thing is you cannot dishonor him. And Dan's character, who was a verbal druid, I think, based off reputations of the party member, he sided with the party member. He tried to have an argument and tried to kill another party member who somehow gave birth to a. The extra content beforehand. He one of the party members transformed into a shark and ate a troll. He didn't kill the troll. He just ate a troll.
Oh no!
And he vomited out the troll later. In his head, he just gave birth to a troll baby, and he wanted to save the troll baby because, as a parent, he must save his child.
Oh no!
The Furbo druid wanted to kill the baby.
Oh no!
So the Furbo tried to attack it, which my character was originally siding with the Furbo because I didn't like. This was Kaiser, by the way. This is Kaiser, by the way, who vomited out the baby. Because his character was he basically played an Alex Jones character. Literally in the way he is thinking everything is a conspiracy theory. So I would about to say, okay, yes, the baby dies because I didn't have any good relations with Kaiser's character, and I had better one with the Furbo. Another character who was Kaiser's character's sister was like, no, save the child, which my character had a better relation with that character. Said, okay, yes, save the child. The Furbo tried to attack the baby, which caused me to go, yeah, no. And I put on my two-handed sword and I attacked him and beheaded him because I rolled a critical hit. And it's like, oh no. And then I realized at the time, like, okay, myself, oh no, I killed 4 characters now. Ah, shit.
You know what we need to do? We need to give you.
Intentional.
We need to give you one of those chalkboards, and we write on the top. It says how many days it's been since I killed a character of my D&D group, and then we'll just put a 0 right there.
The thing is, I haven't killed many characters. I really haven't. I think there's only been like 5 deaths in all my games that I played. Maybe 6, actually, thinking about it.
That's still a lot.
They were all hilarious and completely unintentional.
They could be completely fucking funny.
That's the thing. That's the thing. They were all intentional. I think that's why everyone had a blast, because it was not like, oh hey, it's bullshit. No, it was just 100%. Oh no, and everyone it's watching a car crash in slow motion.
It's like we deserve this.
Yep.
Damn jokingly said, I am never picking up a book in any of your fucking games. I'm like, yeah.
And he's like, kind of done that too with some of them.
Yeah, and I think to myself, like, it's not every book. It's just you pick up the wrong books. I swear, because every time there's a book, it's like it's a bookshelf. Just think in the back of your head, maybe one of them's cursed because he keeps picking up the wrong book.
You know the Jordan, I think his name is Jordan Peele meme where he's sweating.
Mm-hmm.
Like looking that, and you're like, you see a book on the table, and it's him like that.
Pretty much.
Oh my god. Well,
Well, it's not any worse than seeing something that's able to swallow whole and start doing that.
I don't.
Mm.
I'm gonna try to get in on this, Kane, just to see, and we'll see how that goes.
The thing is, the way I play my games with the DM is I am very like responsive, like I react to what the players do.
Right.
I don't actually, plot things. Because I can do that easily in Warhammer, because outside of like with D&D, I have to read up on how things are. With Warhammer, all of it's in my head already, because I'm
you're a fucking Warhammer nut, yeah.
So it's like, if someone said, "Oh hey, I want to do this thing," I immediately go, I know what they're doing, I know the response to it, I know the reaction of it. Immediately.
Goddamn.
Like the time someone tried to steal a bolter that was tainted by chaos right next to the tech priests. Matt?
What? What?
Was it Matt that did it?
I did not do anything of the sort.
He sounds so guilty. I love it.
Name drop, man.
I love it. I've never heard Matt sound like that before.
The only time I got something that was questionable was the fucking Inquisitor gun. The fucking double-barrel shotgun. That's the only one I had gotten in trouble for. I didn't try to take a bolt gun.
You didn't know it was tainted. That's the thing. That's the problem.
He was like Matt, and Matt's like, what? That's the.
Are you referring to the bolt pistol that was found in the drawer?
No.
Because that's the only bolt pistol I ever had.
Different game. You had a bolt pistol in another game.
Oh.
You didn't keep it. You gave it out. You took a bolt pistol. No, it was the same game. Yeah, you found the bolt pistol, but you didn't keep it because you already have the bolt pistol that was in the drawer. Because if you remember, Michael's character tried to take it off you.
I don't remember that.
It was a very minor thing that happened. Oh yeah, there was a time Dan almost shot a shopkeeper. No, there was a time Dan shot a shopkeeper.
He did shoot a shopkeeper.
Yes, wow. I had to correct myself on that. Twitchy.
Yeah, he shot a shopkeeper.
Why?
He got lucky and didn't get caught, but he shot a shopkeeper.
I forgot why. Oh, I remember why.
He wanted to rob the fucker. He wanted to rob the fucker.
He wanted to steal something from him and got caught, so he shot him.
Yeah.
He just shot him.
Yep.
Okay.
And he had to call us in to try and clean it up.
He called in the cleanup crew.
Oh yeah,
we weren't able to do anything, but we walked
like, what do you want us to do? Mop?
There was all sorts of time. Oh, what other crazy shit happened?
There's a lot of crazy shit happened.
That whole Dark Heresy game was just full of just crazy shit happening.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing is, I don't plan for this crazy shit. It is literally, I just respond to what would actually happen. Like the time there was an entire shootout in the bar because they tried to threaten someone and they threatened him the wrong way. They put out a gun and then that person shot them. And someone else shot them because it's a bar in the slums in the Underhive. Think Mos Eisley, by the way, Richard.
Right.
But everyone has a gun and everyone's a crazy psychopath.
Oh.
So there was a massive shootout in the bar.
Yep.
All right.
And then later, because people forgot about this, and I actually hinted it quite heavily, but people forgot about it, they led a rival gang to the bar they're at, which got shot the fuck up by a heavy machine gun.
Yep.
Oh, and then there were Wolf's character who's literally said, and I quote, "I would like to make this zone my nest." As he pulled out an MG42 and deployed and held the ground.
Yep.
All right.
It is in-universe joke now. That NPC, because this was before he had to move to Japan. When he moved to Japan, he kind of like stopped character. So it's in-game universe that Wolf is quietly somewhere on a vantage point, nestled up with an MG42, holding the ground for the Imperium.
Yep.
in his little machine gun nest, like the literal nest. There's just random pieces like bullet holes and guns and just.
Some say he's still in that nest today.
Some days he's still in that nest today.
All right, we gotta end this podcast because my face is hurting from smiling so much. All right then. We got some really good D&D there, and just tabletop adventures in general. I love it. Well, Ted wasn't able to be here because he's too busy playing VR, too busy with his other friends to be with his actual friends. Nah, he's just with Scrub. Thank you, Kain, for all those fucking stories.
I got more. That's the word part.
We'll save for another podcast. We'll do a part 2 of this somewhere.
Yeah, we're gonna do a part 2 and get Shock involved because Shock was there for half of them.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yep.
All right then. For those of you who are still sticking with us in this podcast, thank you for joining us. I got Matt here, Kain, and Roxas. Rev was here for a brief moment, but he left.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. I gotta look at something sad now so I don't fucking hurt on my face.
Remember, don't pick up the books.
Don't pick up the books. Yeah, books are bad. See you next time, guys.
Books are bad, kids. Don't pick them up.